Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Afrikaans ebook before it's gone.
Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Afrikaans expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Afrikaans. We'll start speaking right away, but first it's important to clarify that in Afrikaans, there are different greetings depending on the situation. Let's first see how Afrikaners introduce themselves in a casual situation. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. Nice to meet you. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Start by saying, Hallo, ek is, then say your name. For example, Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Finally, say aangename kennis. Again, all together, it is Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Now, let's see that same sentence in a more formal context. Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Good day, I am Anne-Marie Luck. Pleasure to meet you. Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Let's try that again. G. Try pronouncing it from the back of your throat. Goeiedag, goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. So, what has actually changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a closer look at these expressions together. Hallo has been substituted with the formal greeting goeiedag, which is Afrikaans for good day. Ek is Anne-Marie has not been changed. Ek is simply means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Anne-Marie Luck. Here, you would say your full name. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Afrikaans is Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. The more formal way to introduce yourself is Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands, usually with a short but firm handshake. If you're not sure whether to use hallo or goeiedag, just say hallo, as this expression can be used in all introductions. If you use the correct sentence with a friendly smile and a good handshake, Afrikaners will definitely be impressed. That's it for this lesson. Do you know how we say thank you in Afrikaans? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next Afrikaans in 3 minuten lesson. Lekker dag! Hello allemaal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the previous lesson, you learned how to introduce yourself in Afrikaans. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to thank people. Remember, good manners are important. Are you ready? Let's start. Saying thank you in Afrikaans is very easy. It's just one word, dankie. Dankie. To say thank you very much, you just need to add baie, meaning a lot, at the beginning. Baie dankie. Baie dankie. What if someone says dankie to you? How do you answer? It's easy. Here is the most common response. Dit is 'n plesier. Dit is 'n plesier. Dit is 'n plesier can be used with just about anybody. Literally, this phrase means happily done or I did it with pleasure. So when someone says dankie to you, you can simply reply with Dit is 'n plesier. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. If you're not sure about whether to use dankie or baie dankie, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. Just say dankie. You don't have to worry about saying the long version. The difference between the two depends only on how grateful you are or how much someone has helped you. Do you know what tot ziens means? I'll be waiting to tell you about it in the next Afrikaans in 3 minute lesson. Lekker dag! Hallo almal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minute, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the last lesson, you learned how to thank people by saying dankie. In this lesson, you'll learn some of the most common greetings used when speaking Afrikaans. Is jy reg? Are you ready? Let's start. The most commonly used informal greeting is hallo. Hallo. Hallo means hi or hello. We can use this greeting with friends or relatives. Hallo. The most used formal greetings changes depending on the time of day. Let's see what they are. First we have goeiedag. Literally, goeiedag means good day. Goeiedag. As a rule of thumb, we can use goeiedag only during the daytime from late morning until early evening. Next is the greeting we say only for the morning. Goeiemôre. Goeiemôre. For the afternoon, we say goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. During the evening, we say goeienaand. Goeienaand. Goed is Afrikaans for good. Môre, middag and naand means morning, afternoon and evening respectively. Easy, right? Now, what should you say when you leave? Afrikaners usually say tot ziens when leaving in a formal situation. Tot ziens. Tot ziens means goodbye. When we say goodbye to friends or relatives, we use the informal lekker dag. Lekker dag. You can also say bye. Bye. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Afrikaans. Let's review them all again. First, the greetings. Informally, we simply say hallo. If you want to be a bit more formal, you can use goeiedag during the daytime, goeiemôre in the morning, goeiemiddag in the afternoon, and goeienaand in the evening. When leaving in a formal situation, we say tot ziens. And in an informal situation, it's lekker dag or bye. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. In informal situations, Afrikaners, especially good friends, commonly greet each other by giving each other a quick hug. If you're unsure, you can just stick out your hand and give a firm handshake and a smile. A smile goes a long way. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase praat jy Engels. Do you already know it? I'll tell you all about it in our next Afrikaans in 3 minute lesson. Lekker dag! Hallo almal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minute, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the previous lesson, you learned the most common forms of greetings in Afrikaans. Do you remember them? In this lesson, you're going to learn a very useful phrase, do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Afrikaans, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Praat jy Engels? Praat jy Engels? Here, praat is the verb to speak, jy is the informal way of saying you, and as you might have recognized, Engels means English. Praat jy Engels? Do you speak English? Now let's make this sentence formal, as you'd probably be asking a stranger this question. It's very easy though, so don't worry. you only need to use the formal version of you, which is u. So, praat jy Engels becomes praat u Engels. Praat u Engels? Adding skus toch, meaning excuse me, to the beginning makes the sentence even more polite. Skus toch, praat u Engels? Skus toch, praat u Engels? Can you say it? Skus toch. Make the g sound using the back of your throat. G. Skus toch. Skus toch. Praat u Engels? Now, the responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ja, yes. Ja, a bietjie, a little. A bietjie. Nee, ek praat nie Engels nie. No, I don't speak English. Nee, ek praat nie Engels nie. Because this last response is a negative statement, you can find the word nie used twice as Afrikaans uses a double negative pattern when saying negative sentences. Ek praat nie Engels nie. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can use this question with any language you need. South African people study other languages at school, so maybe you'll get lucky. Just substitute Engels with Italiaans for Italian, Duits for German, Spaans for Spanish, Franse for French, and so on. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression skus toch. In the next lesson, you will learn more about this word and other ways to get someone's attention and apologize in Afrikaans. I'll see you in the next Afrikaans in 3 minuten lesson. Lekker dag! Hello allemaal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the last lesson, you learned the phrase praat u Engels, which means do you speak English? We also mentioned the word skus toch, which means excuse me. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use this expression and other phrases as well when apologizing in Afrikaans. We use skus toch in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, skus toch een koffie asseblief? Excuse me, a coffee please? We can also use it when asking a question. Skus toch, waar is die uitgang? Excuse me, where is the exit? Here are some other words you can use for saying excuse me. Excuse. You can use this to get somebody's attention in a formal situation. Excuse. In informal situations, the way to say excuse me is just sorry. Sorry. All three words, skus toch, excuse, and sorry, can be used when trying to get someone's attention or when apologizing. However, you might want to use a different phrase to apologize if you really want to sound sincere. That phrase is ek is jammer. It means I am sorry and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Ek is jammer. First we have ek is, which means I am. Then we say the Afrikaans word for sorry, jammer. Ek is jammer. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. There's one big reason that you should know how to say I'm sorry in Afrikaans. South Africans love the fact that someone is making an effort by trying to communicate in Afrikaans. But if you apologize in Afrikaans, they will say, dit is okay, which means it's okay. Are you able to count in Afrikaans? In the next lesson, we will learn the numbers in Afrikaans from 1 to 10. I'll see you in the next Afrikaans in 3 minuten lesson. Lekker dag! Hello allemaal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the last lesson, we learned some phrases used when apologizing in Afrikaans, including ek is jammer and sorry. In this lesson, we are going to learn numbers in Afrikaans. Yes, numbers, nommers. And you are going to learn them in only 3 minutes. 3 minuten. Are you ready? Let's start. Een, twee, drie, vier, vyf, ses, sewe, agt, negen, 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. Een, twee, drie, vier, vyf, ses, sewe, agt, negen, 10. Great job! What is before een, do you know? The Afrikaans word for zero is nul. Nul. Now you don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell phone number in Afrikaans. Let's try it together. We'll use the phrase my nommer is, which means my number is. My nommer is. My nommer is 0892135874. Can you read it by yourself? 0892135874. Perfect! Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. When we travel in South Africa, we sometimes have to read our ticket number to the travel agent. Learn your numbers well so you can impress them. This will also help if you need to listen to numbers being announced, like in the airport. Do you know the Afrikaans word for 100? Here's a hint. It's very similar to the English word. In the next lesson, we are going to learn the numbers from 11 to 100 in Afrikaans. Your task now is to practice the numbers we studied in this lesson, from 1 to 10. Lekker dag! Hello almal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the last lesson, you learned the numbers 1 to 10. Have you forgotten? Here, I'll tell you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now let's continue from 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. These numbers may seem harder to remember, but a lot of them are just the numbers 1 to 9 you learned from the last lesson, with 10 added to the end. The rest you will have to memorize. Let's not stop here. Counting from 20 to 100 is super easy. First, I'll give you the tens. 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90. Again, notice that all the numbers start with a number that we've learned from the last lesson, or a variation of it. This time it is followed by tig. For example, 50, which means 50. It is composed of vyf, which means 5, and tig, 50. Here's another example. 40, which means 40. It is composed of vier, which is a variation of vier, the word for four, and tig, 40. The last thing to learn in this lesson is how to form compound numbers above 20. For example, how would you form a number like 56, which is a combination of two numbers we've already learned? This is actually quite easy to do. All you need is the numbers you want to combine and the Afrikaans word for and, en. Let's try it out. Let's say the word for 56 step by step. 50 is 50, 6 is ses, and finally you just need en, meaning and, to combine them. 56. 56. But be careful, as you can see, instead of placing the single digit after the tens like in English, you place the number in front of the 10, so 56 can literally be translated as 6 and 50. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. Did you make it until number 99? Here is another number you might want to know. 100. 100. That's 100 in Afrikaans. It sounds a lot like the English 100, so it shouldn't be too hard to remember. Congratulations! Now you're able to count to 100 in Afrikaans. In the next lesson, we're going to put your number knowledge to use. Do you have all the skills you need to go shopping in South Africa and only speak in Afrikaans? If not, I'll see you in our next Afrikaans in 3 minuten lesson. Lekker dag! Hello allemaal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the last lesson, you learned how to count in Afrikaans. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers because they will come in handy for this lesson. We're going to learn how to go shopping using Afrikaans in South Africa. Before we go, you need to know how to say, how much is it? Hoeveel kost dit? Hoeveel kost dit? Okay, are you ready to go shopping in South Africa? Let's go. Let's say you see something you like and want to ask the shopkeeper how much it costs. The first thing you say is, skus toch. Do you remember what that means? It's, excuse me. Skus toch. Hoeveel kost dit? Excuse me, how much is it? Skus toch. Hoeveel kost dit? At this point, the shop clerk can answer by saying, dit kos. This means it costs. For example, dit kos 55 rand. What number is 55? It's 55, so this means it costs 55 rand. Or he could say, dit kos 74 rand. It costs 74 rand. Instead of saying it, dit, you can be more specific by saying this, hierdie, or that, daardie. So you can say, hoeveel kos hierdie item, meaning how much is this item? Hoeveel kos hierdie item? Hoeveel kos daardie item, meaning how much is that item? Hoeveel kos daardie item? Item has the same meaning as item in English. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. If you're looking for a place where you can enjoy shopping and sightseeing, I recommend you visit Cape Town and the Cape Peninsula. While Cape Town has many different attractions and shopping centres to offer the millions of visitors who come each year, you can also enjoy the views from Table Mountain and see the wildlife and natural beauty of the Cape Peninsula. So, at this point, can you count in rands in Afrikaans? You are going to learn how to do this and much more in the next lesson. I'll see you in our next Afrikaans in 3 minuten lesson. Lekker dag!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Afrikaans ebook before it's gone.